Alrighty, so Roblox Pressure is a game about opening doors, hiding in lockers, avoiding hostile entities, and exploring these cool rooms. Today, we're going to be making our Roblox room tier list, and to keep things very simple and easy, I'm going to be rating these rooms based on my experience with them, such as my gameplay experience, lockerless experience, if the room looks cool, if there's anything special about them, and more. So let's start off with the default room types. And I gotta say, the default room types are pretty good. Now obviously everyone has experienced this room type. Matter of fact, I don't even know if this is considered a room type, but whatever. And if y'all aren't aware, the game added plus 200 new room types to the game, and a lot of the new rooms in this place are amazing. So many great save spots and pandemonium save spots. Like literally during lockerless, I have no problem with this room whatsoever. And obviously this is the type of room you'll see most of the time in your runs. In addition, you can also find these cute deep sea bunnies here, which is a huge plus to this room. Literally a solid room type in a game, but sometimes they can be annoying. Overall, this room is either great or alright. It's gonna go into A tier. But moving on, we have the trench tunnels. Now honestly I think this room type is alright, mainly because there are some save spots here, but you just had to get a little bit lucky. Sometimes there are vents to hide in, but then sometimes there are no vents at all. And also these rooms are kind of long, and if you're gonna do that one glutton for a punishment badge, then good luck to you. Mainly because an infestation normally spawns in this area, and during my lockerless runs, my experience haven't been too bad, it's been alright. And also this room type does look kinda cool, it's all like pipey and everything. Overall, I think this room type's okay, I'm just gonna place it in a B tier. So next up, we have the heavy containment. And I gotta say, this is one of my favorite room types in the game. For starters, this room type is very big. It's very wide and open, you can see everything pretty much. And there's so many of these save spots and pandemonium save spots you can hide in. And there's also so many of these funny references here. Oh yeah, and also there's this annoying kid.
Oh, hi.
In addition, a lockerless experience in this area have been great. There are many places to hide in, and the overall design looks very cool and heavy. Literally this room type is amazing. Let me just give this room an S tier. So the next room type we have are the oxygen gardens. And in my opinion, I think this room type is alright. It's not the best, mainly because there isn't too many save spots / pandemonium save spots. Actually wait no, there probably are some save spots but I don't really know too many of them. But the thing that makes this room very unique are definitely the divine entities. Literally step on the grass and they're gonna beat your ass. And I'm pretty sure this room is designed to give oxygen to the black site, so seeing as green life here is pretty cool. And for my overall experience here, I think it's been alright. Honestly, let me just put this room in a B tier. And that brings us on to our next room, which are the server farms. And just like the heavy containment, is one of my favorite room types in the game, mainly because there are so many of these save spots and pandemonium save spots. Love how you can just hide behind these server thingies here without any sort of care. In addition, there's also this one spot that usually has a wall dweller, which is pretty awesome to bait out and eat right after. Now obviously for lockerless, my experience has been great, and overall visual designs are good, they're literally servers. And let me just put this room in an S tier. So the next room that we have are the flooded rooms. And it's really nice to see some swimming in this game, it changes some things up, and just being in this area feels so cool. I love swimming around the place. But as far as these save spots and pandemonium save spots go, I don't know too many here, but they definitely exist. And I think this is what makes the game look cool, this swimming segment here. And overall, I think this room type is pretty unique. Let me just put in A tier. And let's just move on to the maintenance tunnels. Not gonna lie, this room type is just very sketchy for me. It's usually very linear and very long, and sometimes there aren't too many save spots or pandemonium save spots. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do exist. But overall, my experience with this place has not been too positive. I don't really enjoy walking through this area at all. This place doesn't look special or anything like that, it looks pretty boring. So let me just put this room in the C tier. Moving on, we have the river rooms. Now if y'all ever played this game lockerless, you know for a fact that this room sucks. But if you're playing regularly, the room isn't too bad. But for the most part, there aren't too many good save spots around here. There are these keycard rooms which are pretty nice, but I guess the room looks okay visually, like it's alright. But typically it's just really bad in this area, there are no good hiding spots at all. And anybody that played lockerless and encountered this room can easily vouch for me that this room sucks. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this room's gonna go in a D tier. And then that brings us on to the back area. This room is actually supposed to be the area behind Sebastian's shop. I think that's kind of funny. And this room is actually very unique, mainly because there's like 2 elevation levels to the room type, like a top level and a bottom level, which I think is very cool. And to my knowledge, there's a good amount of hiding spots in this place as well. And the only negative about this area are probably the freaking turret rooms in this thing. I hate it so much. But other than that, my experience with this room has been great. This room type looks pretty cool as well. I'm just gonna place it at the top of the A tier. And that brings us onto the dredge room type, which is basically that water area with a bottom feeder entity. And I gotta say, this entity is pretty cool, but it's actually pretty annoying as well. From my experiences, this room type has save spots and pandemonium save spots, and just like the last room, there are these annoying turrets here, which are not too bad, but they're manageable. And I believe you do move slower in the water, but it just might be my brain. And for the most part, my experiences being in this area have been more positive. Honestly, let me just give this room type another A tier. And finally, we have the ridge room type in the endless game mode. And literally it's just the ridge, but then there's some light and some stuff. And this place kind of gives me some PTSD when I tried being Larkaless for the first time. And I'm pretty sure there are a decent amount of save spots and pandemonium save spots. And of course this room type looks like the ridge in a game. Overall, I think the room's kind of mid, it's alright. Let me just place it in a B tier. But now let's change things up and move on to the special / Easter egg room types. First off, let's start off with the rooms. If y'all don't know, I actually played rooms before doors even came out. And bro, seeing this thing in a game gives me some memories of getting ear blasted by an A60. And seeing this room brings me back in time. It feels really good whenever I encounter this place. Easy S tier for me. Let's head over to the hotel rooms. Of course this room is a Doors reference. And it's super cool to see this thing in the game, especially because it is pressure themed and everything like that. This room gives me good and bad memories, so another easy S tier for me again. And finally, we have the meat rooms. I know many people are disgusted by this room, it's all like fleshy and everything. Me personally, I don't think it's that bad, I just think it's kind of weird. But usually in this area, I never encounter a save spot or pandemonium save spot. There seems to just be lockers, which kind of sucks. So I'm gonna just place this room in a C tier. And that brings us on to these unique rooms, which aren't really room types, but they are just unique rooms that you'll encounter in the game. And to start off, we have the puzzle rooms. Gonna be honest, I actually do like doing these puzzles in this area, mainly because usually we have pandemonium save spots, and of course save spots. And also the puzzles aren't too bad to do, they just might be a little bit annoying. Let me just put this room in a B tier. And moving on, we have the maintenance rooms. Now these rooms require you to turn on a switch to proceed, which I think is great, since you are going to go in a room, and it's probably going to be a pandemonium save spot. There's really not much to say about this thing, I like it a lot. I'm going to place it in A tier. Next up, we have the ventilation shafts, which I guess isn't really a room, it's just like a unique room. I don't even know how to say it, but literally this is just a free place to hide in, can't really complain about that. I'll just put it in a B tier. So next up, we have the cabin room. Goated room, to be honest. I think you can automatically find like $1,000 here or something. And that's very useful, especially for this party special drink. There are so many great spots to hide here, and also there's these skeleton boys looking at you. Easy S tier for me. And the next special room we have is the gambling room. Guys, everyone knows that gambling is good. But okay, for real though, this room is pretty fun to see. Mainly because you have a chance of winning some pretty big items, like the Necrobloxicon, or maybe the party special. Another easy S tier room for me. Keep gambling. And that brings us on to the rooms that are just rooms. They're not really room types, but I thought I'd mention them because they're pretty cool. And the first room is the Guardian Angel of the Bandlands. To be honest, I think this room is pretty cool to see. Like this Guardian Angel entity looked kinda sick. And its room type is pretty huge too. It takes like a whole minute to get to one side to the other. Let me just place this room in A tier. Next up, we got the Stan hallway. And this room brings me back when I played Identity Fraud way back then. And seeing this room in Roblox Pressure was very wholesome. I like it a lot. It gives me some very good memories, so easy S tier for me. The next room we have is a Navi AI. And at the moment, the Navi AI doesn't really do too much, but obviously there's going to be more at it in the future, so it's not really a bad thing. And this room looks super cool. Looks very high tech and everything like that. Let me just place it in A tier. And moving on, we have the Mindscape room. Not gonna lie, this room is kinda mid. Like, oh my god guys, this room is so rare. Bro, it's literally just black and white and floating gears. There's no save spots, no nothing, it's so long for no reason. Easy C tier, man, come on. And now we have this room called the Alti room, or the red carpet room, something like that. This room is pretty solid, mainly because there's rooms hiding for some pandemonium safe spots, and visually looks kind of good. A tier for me. Moving on, we have the spider cavern. And I don't think this room isn't too bad, it just freaks me out. Like literally, just freaks me out, I don't know guys. I'll just place it in a C tier. And finally, we have the theorist room, which of course is a game theory reference, so seeing his Easter eggs very cool. There's not too much about it I think, besides like this whiteboard here and like it being a reference. I'll place it in A tier for being very wholesome. And that's it. That was my room type, special room, unique room, whatever tier list. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Did I cook this video or did I do absolutely terrible, like my last tier list? But before we end, I just want to give a huge thank you and a huge shout out to all my YouTube channel members. Love y'all so much, you guys are amazing. Giving me some money for some funny cat emotes, I love you guys. So if you enjoyed, please like. If you guys didn't, please dislike. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.